A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us on Newspaper Reviews this morning. Today is the 11th of May 2022. My name is DELE Adeyanju.
Good morning to you. I am OLUTAYO Ogunade.
World over, well, today we are celebrating the memory of late Bob Marley once again. So I'm sure there will be I hope there'll be some reggae splash on the station today.
Some equal rights and justice,
right.
vibe.
Yeah, vibe. Yeah. Bob Marley was indeed an icon, and that's what it represents. I'll be taking reports from the Daily Post newspaper and, of course, the Punch newspaper this morning. President's brain not dead. Islamic group reacts as Buhari pardons convicted 54 soldiers. Another bomb explosion rocks Jalingo metropolis. 10-year elongation. I will hand over to the next government on May 29, 2023. Buhari replies Clark. JAMB, 54,000 candidates registered for 2022 UTME from Kwara, Adio. Yobe rainstorm. Governor Buni commiserates with victims' families. Biafra, Igbos not leaving Nigeria, Umahi. Biafra agitation, what Buhari said on case on IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu Umahi. Reps to amend electoral bill Wednesday. ASU strike, CASU remains short despite management order compelling students to resume May 9. Ekiti Guba, INEC takes step to prevent violence. More headlines from the Daily Post newspaper. Court jails serial burglars over theft in Ondo. Circulating photograph of Governor Dakwa Abiodun, poor Photoshop, forensic experts. This and many more will be looked into this morning.
Right, let's look at Daily Trust newspaper. Ahead of APC primaries, campaign governance competes for attention. Why turnaround maintenance failed to bring refineries to life? NNPC. Some more from there. Train attack 1 week after Buhari's directive. Victims' families yet to get updates. How Tanko tricked me to bury Hanifa, suspect. Buhari rejects call for tenure extension, vows to step down next year. Who are those behind that? Okay, let me take that again. Buhari rejects call for tenure extension, vows to step down next year. Nigerians spend 664 billion naira on medical tourism every year. Federal government. Still from Daily Trust before we go to another paper on easy calm as PDP NEC takes decision on zoning today. Right, why I endorsed my deputy Ganduje, that's on 2023 election. We have deployed facilities to boost academics, Kogi Varsity. Why turnaround? I took that. ABGA crisis. Njoku appeals to Oye, aggrieved members to sheath their swords.
From Punch newspaper, WHO wants alcohol's online adverts regulated. INT'L are shown to compensate victims of police brutality. Diabetes, role of modern medicine in management. Also, 4 queues, 300 tankers to hit Abuja Wednesday, says NNPC. Lagos landlady seeks court's help as tenant shorts property. And ASU strike, don't disrupt political activities. Lawan appeals to students.
Okay, here we go to Premium Times, and my first headline here from Premium Times: Senate amends Electoral Act to allow statutory delegates to vote at party congresses, conventions. Reps to hold emergency session to amend Electoral Act Wednesday, 2023. Anybody can run, but not everybody can be president. Tinubu, 2023. Anybody can run, but not everybody can be president. Why the CBN governor should be sacked. It's an editorial there. You want to see it. NRN, month after, faulty systems at NIMC telcos keep millions of phone users bad. 2023, Northern Group buys APC presidential nomination form for Jonathan. 2023, Jonathan says he's undecided, rejects APC presidential form. Okay, away from Premium Times, we go to the Guardian newspaper. And it's something here. Marketers attribute high cost of fuels to exploitation. How to make National Assembly's Public Petition Committee more efficient, effective. And Jonathan Lawan Silva add more twists, suspense to APC race.
All right, from Vanguard newspaper, there will be no credible election unless, that's about 2023, Bishop Kuka said that. APC begins aspirant screening on Thursday, that's from 2023 also. How oil marketers are ripping us off say airline operators. Court nullifies AGF's Committee on Sales, Disposals of Recovered Assets. And beware of rogues preparing to take over from you. Umba Zulike tells Buhari need to zone Aniocha Osimili federal seat in 2023. Non-payment of minimum wage. Enugu primary school teachers embark on indefinite strike. Jonathan ready for a mud bath? That's a big question mark there. Army denies pampering repentant terrorists. And 2023 presidency, why Jonathan should not contest. PDP driving APC to discard zoning. Lawrence associates do not criminalize ransom payments. And also, just a few more, looking at the books to make 5G a success story. And this is a big news for us. Netflix Blood Sisters becomes top 10 rated in over 30 countries. That's on the entertainment side, and it's a big one for the entertainment cycle.
All right, we'll go on our first commercial break. We'll be back.
Kọ́ńbù ẹ̀kú àlejò emúgbòǹgbò ọ̀nà ẹ̀kú àlejò ẹsẹ̀ Ìbàdàn nílé Olúyọ̀lé ẹ̀kú àmójúbà Tizeti Network Limited pẹ̀lú Tizeti ìlò omi òjò lẹ́ẹ̀ máa lo ayélujára íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì ní yàwàlù torí pé gbajúgbajà ní iléeṣẹ́ Tizeti Network Limited nídìí ìpèsè ayélujára lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà fún iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá àti olókoòwò kéékèèké lábẹ́ àbúradà Tizeti ẹ lè browse kẹ́ stream kẹ́sì tún gbá géèmù bó ṣe wù yín láì níkọ̀sẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìlànà ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́mùkú data kèémà ṣeré ìwọ ni kò má sọ̀fànù 12,500 naira péré lẹ́ẹ̀fì jẹ mùlá data fódìdí oṣù kan gbáko lábẹ́ àbúradà Tizeti tẹ́ ẹ bá ti darapọ̀ pẹ̀lú 59,500 naira tí wọ́n fi bá yín gbé kalẹ̀ tẹ́sí lu ayélujára fódìdí oṣù kan gbáko láì níkọ̀sẹ̀ ẹ kàn sí wifi.com.ng/oyo ẹ sì lè pe 09087493040 09087493040 tàbí kẹ́ ẹ tẹ àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sí internet@wifi.com.ng ayélujára ní yàwàlù Ọ̀yọ́ ló wà.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Yes, cavities out!
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
The Truth 2022. In Jesus' name, there shall be signs and wonders.
It's the season of revival. Come receive the touch of God for exploits. A City of Hope Foundation cordially invites all and sundry to its citywide crusade with the theme, The Truth. The Truth 2022 comes up from Thursday 16th to Saturday 18th June 2022 at the Liberty Stadium from 4:30 p.m. daily. Ministry, Prophet M.O. Olowere Baba Automatic, Bishop Francis Walioke, PFN National President, Reverend Samson Ajitomobi, Oyo State PFN Chairman, Pastor Moses Lano, Christ Life Church, Maryland, USA, Apostle Clement Oluolajimi of Shining Light World Outreach, and Dr. Francis Bola Akin John of Church Growth International. Ministering songs are Evangelist Dr. Bola Are, Evangelist Dr. Bukola Akinade Shenwele Jesu, and others. Ministers Conference holds at 9 a.m. on Thursday 16th and Friday 17th June 2022 at Okeado Baptist Church, Liberty Stadium Road, Ibadan. Come, know the truth, and be permanently set free. Jesus is Lord.
When you think of fruit juice and all the goodness that comes in it, think Chivita. It is many years of trust, quality, and all the goodness of fruit poured into one lovely pack with no artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives, specially made for you. And there is more to choose from. Whatever your preferences are, there is a Chivita for you. There is a Chivita for everyone. So, what's your Chivita?
Guy, they make I don't use your phone.
Shaq, you better do your clone line now.
Papa, calm down now. Don't be busy now. While I stress
you don't say as I link my line clone, that's the plenty bonus.
Yeah.
Yes. Once you link your line, you know say clone will give you like 20,000 naira bonus.
20,000? 20,000 naira bonus there after you don't link it.
Yes.
Guy, take a phone. I don't link my line now. Yeah.
This bonus now for both new and existing customers. So.
Unlimited.
Thanks for
for letting me stay the night.
You're welcome, dear.
I slept so well. Your bed is simply divine. And your pillows are so... like I was resting my head on a cloud.
Mocha makes amazing pillows. That one is the Crown Anti-Allergy pillow.
I think it's time I changed mine. I have been using them for ages.
You should. Doctors recommend changing pillows every 1 to 2 years.
Really?
When was the last time you changed your pillows? Buy a Muka pillow today and sleep healthy.
Muka, adding comfort to life.
láìsí àní-àní àwọn lọ́gbọ́n dorí ẹja mú wọn kì í fi iléeṣẹ́ online dynamics ṣeré nídìí ètò ìrìn àjò lọ sókè òkun yálà láti gbé ṣiṣẹ́ tàbí kàwé ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú ìwọ àti ẹbí rẹ pàápàá jùlọ àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè bíi Canada, America, UK, Finland, Australia àti Cyprus. àǹfààní aláìlẹ́gbẹ́ ti wá ṣí sílẹ̀ fún wọn náà láti sọ àlá rẹ di òtítọ́ nínú ètò àdínwó àtìgbàdégbà tí iléeṣẹ́ online dynamics gbé kalẹ̀ láti bá ọ ṣètò visa ticketing pẹ̀lú admission process lọ́nà ìrọ̀rùn láì fanilápòyà. You too can take advantage of online dynamics expertise and experience by joining our periodic visa, ticketing, and foreign educational package promo today. Our services at Online Dynamics give value for money. Fly with us now and pay later. Ẹ kàn sí wa lájà kẹrin Cocoa House, Dùgbẹ̀ Ìbàdàn. Tàbí lọ́fíìsì ìrànlọ́mọ tó wà ní 25 Oyedoku Street, Àgọ́wandé Òṣogbo. Telephone 0810-273-8145. Follow us on social media at Online Dynamics. Ẹ má gbàgbé oògùn tá a fowó ṣe ẹ̀yìn àrò ní gbé o. Darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn lọ́gbọ́n lónìí ní Online Dynamics. Okay.
32 FM 94.9.
It's good for the country, for so many of us to aspire to want to lead. We are not abandoning our nation. But there's only one chair and one possibility. That is the only way we can be very proud of Nigeria. It is. And the president has shown a great example of leadership, gave us the freedom to say, oh, you want to run, you want to attempt? No, go ahead. He's a Democrat. And if we are running constitutional democracy, you don't hinder the desire, the wish of other people. The more the merrier. The more the king, the more challenging it becomes for you to think deeply, focus on issues, and be ready to serve Nigeria. It's all about service. It will continue to be challenged within this short period of time. But it's left for us, the followers, to help, to be ready, to persevere, and give hope to the populace.
Well, I'm Tinubu, Ashwaju Bola Tinubu, presidential aspirant, APC there, of course, making his thought known on the number of persons vying for that same office. He said, 2023, anybody can run, but not everybody can be president. If you just joined the program, it's the Bekradon newspaper review on 32 FM 94.9. I am OLUTAYO Ogunade.
My name is DELE Adeyanju. Austin Idumo is with us this morning.
Good morning, DELE. Antayo, good morning.
Good morning, Austin. All right, Tinubu says he's the most experienced and most qualified of the APC aspirants to be president of the country.
Yes, politically speaking, I think that statement is correct. It's a statement of fact. You give it to him. He has paid his dues. He has contributed his quota. Even the opposition fears him as a politician. You understand? Since 1999, he has been in the opposition. At the time, he conceived the idea that until the opposition is returned to the ruling party in the country, which eventually came to pass in 2015 with the emergence of President Muhammadu Buhari. Even some big people within the ruling party at that time called Bola Ahmed Tinubu series of names that they will do this, they will leave the country and what have you. And one of them is late now, had to write a letter to Bola Ahmed Tinubu exploring his sagacity, political sagacity and political strategy to be able to mainstream the then opposition party into the ruling party. So if you look at a lot of factors, Tinubu is well qualified, is well grounded as far as the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is concerned. If you also look at his antecedent as the Lagos governor, he did a lot of things in terms of financial stability of Lagos. Lagos is running like a country of its own within our country today in Nigeria. So if you look at all of this, you begin to think that Bola Ahmed Tinubu definitely qualifies for the office of the president. And if you also look at political experience,
with all these credentials, Austin, does that qualify him automatically for that position? We have other people too, and somebody will emerge at the end of the day.
Yes, like he rightly said, somebody will emerge. We are only looking at his credentials, his political experience, his political strength in terms of electoral value too, what he has been able to bring to the table since 1999 to date. If not for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, someone like President Muhammadu Buhari would have become the president of Nigeria. That's the truth.
Yes,
if not for...
You often referred to President Buhari as a Democrat. Do you share that sentiment?
Of course, I do not share that sentiment. There are a lot of factors that suggest that President Muhammadu Buhari is not a Democrat. It's not a true Democrat, quote and unquote. It depends on the way you also look at it, where you are standing from. You understand? The definition of the president being a Democrat, as far as Asiwaju is concerned, is his free hand, allowing every dick and area, or what do you call it, to come and contest. Even those who cannot even go far, they come to contest. Some of them will even go to Mr. President. Mr. President will say, you can go ahead and declare. And as we speak now, we have, I think, well over 30 people within the APC aspiring to become the president of the country. This is the highest we have had so far in the history of our democracy, especially in this Fourth Republic. So maybe that is the definition, because some people like us feel that that is leadership failure on the part of Mr. President by not signaling the direction in which the party is going to. Because when you begin to have proliferation, you have more people coming out, the idea of the whole primary process becomes very difficult to manage. That is what some of us believe. But people like Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu believe that, for the president to have given free hand, because we know some presidents in time past that would have done that. They would just queue behind the candidate and say, this is my anointed candidate. It is either you fall in or you fall out. So maybe that is his own definition of being a Democrat. So if you exploit all of this, we have not even talked about capacity. We have not even talked about the latest narrative in town about the age of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whether he's physically fit in terms of health to be able to govern the country. Because what President Muhammadu Buhari has told us in times past and what is currently happening also largely suggests that somebody that is too old might not be able to manage the country effectively, because the president has said that times without number, and we could see, as far as is concerned, age is telling on him. Of course, it is only God that gives strength. That is another thing. Somebody might be young. We have a lot of young people around the country.
Maybe old, but not brain dead.
Of course, if you look at Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, the brain is there. You understand? The brain is there. Even till now, he still speak. Of course, some people will believe that once in a while he speak off point, but if you look at his speech, it is still very articulate. So let's see how it goes. Like we have said, there can be 100 contestants, but at the end of the day, one person wins the ticket of the party. He has paid his due, like I said. He's qualified for the position. Whether he has the capacity is a matter of time.
Away from Bola Tinubu, President Buhari has said there is no going back on leaving office after completing his constitutionally guaranteed tenure, emphasizing that the May 29th, 2023 handover date is sacrosanct.
Yes, that made the handover date is sacrosanct. Thank God the people from the government, especially from the president's side, are actually reassuring Nigeria that the president will leave office. He has no choice than to leave office. What he cannot do in 8 years, I believe the 6 months that Robert Clark talked about wouldn't be enough to do them. You know, one of the major problems we have in the country is all these are senior advocates of Nigeria. Some of them bastardize the law. They have to turn the law upside down to ensure that it suits their purpose at that particular point in time. People are eagerly waiting to see President Muhammadu Buhari leave office. That's just the truth of the matter. Go and feel the pulse of the people, whether we like it or not. This is not a matter of politics, because things have not been this bad before in the history of the country. Is it economy? Is it security? Is it welfare? And what have you, even politics? Look at the dimension in which we are going. Is it in the area of institution, public institution in the country? So these are the issue. I'm aware of the constitutional provision that Robert Clark has given. Of course, election can be shifted based on security reasons, which also happened in 2015. It was moved by about 6 weeks to be able to fight Boko Haram. But come to think of it, a government that will have been in office for 8 years by May 29, 2023, how dare you now want to extend the tenure of that government by merely 6 months? Of course, there is provision in the law that the president can invoke that session to remain in office as a result of insecurity. But here we are in the country. You know, I think early this year, some people that are managing the image of the president came on board to say that the 17 months that is remaining, that the president will have to turn the country around and will do this. And a lot of people said that the president has actually offered his best. What he cannot do within 6-7 years, there is no amount of energy, there is no amount of cancellation or postponement of the 2023 election that will give the president opportunity to be able to do that, except we are only looking at the purpose of election. So what Robert Clark is calling for a state of anarchy, is calling for tenure allegation through the back door, and is also calling for crisis, political crisis within the country, because you are going to create a vacuum. The president is elected first of all for a term and was re-elected for another time. Cumulatively, it will be 8 years. No law within the country can make the president stay an hour longer than his term of office. That is the way it should be. So on the issue of insecurity, Robert Clark should advise Mr. President. Of course, between now and May 29, 2023, it is more than 1 year. The constitution says that the president can stay in office for extra 6 months. Abi, his tenure has not even lapsed. You are canvassing for extra time for him to tackle insecurity. How about tackling that insecurity from now till when his term will end? Of course, conveniently as we speak now, the president still has a year in office to go. So a year to go, an additional 6 months that you are canvassing for, which one is longer? Which one is sufficient to tackle the issue of insecurity in the country?
Austin, away from that, this is a season of political jamborees, campaigns, declarations, and all that. We've had roads here blocked, vehicular movement obstructed, and all that. But anyway, this is the season we are in. The president of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has appealed to students through the National Association of Nigerian Students not to disrupt political activities. These students have been on strike for long, and the government is not looking in their way at all. An idle land, I've always said, is the devil's workshop. Now, people are donating 100 million, 50 million here and there, but the future of the common student, of the common Nigerian, is in the cooler or in the warmer somewhere. No one is paying attention.
Yes, it's just it's kept somewhere to rot away, and that is quite unfortunate, especially on the part of our political yes, in the country. Perhaps they are not directly affected until we get to a level in Nigeria where public office holder will access public institution. That is when we can progress as a people, not by choice that if you are a public office holder, you have the opportunity to take your child out or your family members out, either for medical treatment or for education or for any other public facility. Come to think of the issue of ASU, I think the National Assembly as a whole is playing to the gallery. Look at the way and manner in which the issue of aviation strike was frontally handled. You understand? The House of Representatives want to reconvene, I think on the Sunday or Monday, until that was shelved till proper day for plenary, when they had to allow all the aviation stakeholders to meet, including the CBN governor and other critical stakeholders. Why is that so? Because the issue that borders on aviation affects them directly. Because Gbadabi Amila, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, did say at that particular forum that when you cripple the aviation sector, you cripple the machinery of government. Why is it that the interest must be about how government should run? Because this is the time of politics. They are doing consultation. They have to fly from one place to the other, so they don't want that sector they want that sector to be protected, not as if they have love for that particular sector. Now look at Nigerian students. 6 weeks ultimatum expire, 8 or 12 weeks ultimatum expire again, and we are talking about indefinite strike. And those that are even to assault to injury, those that are even supposed to even manage the whole crisis are declaring interest to run for the office of the president. Those who cannot manage in their own little corner. So for me, I think well-meaning Nigeria should mobilize Nigerian youth, not just Nigerian students. Let us mobilize Nigerian youth. Let the Nigerian student communicate in the language that these politicians will understand by shutting down political activity in the country, because that is what they are preoccupied with now.
Ahmed Lawan is canvassing against.
He cannot canvass against that because Ahmed Lawan too is playing to the gallery. That's the truth of the matter. What effort has the National Assembly put in place to end the ASU crisis? Of course, the problem is both ways, on the part of the federal government, on the part of ASU. But if you look at it critically, I think the federal government should share the greater blame.
Most of these politicians started their politics in school. Aluta, Continua, Victoria, Sata, but the tables have turned now.
See, when we discussed this issue last week, I remember Philip Shuaib, the current deputy governor of Edo State. Student unionism at that particular time gathers momentum, hold forth. In all of this ASU strike, I don't know what NSC is even doing. We need to give weight, because the federal government feels that the issue of ASU is a negative issue or something that should not bother them. It's not something that they can reason about. Look at the way they are moving on, as if nothing is happening. So I think we have to resolve this issue. If it will take National Association of Nigerian Students to troop to the street and disrupt their various primary, disrupt political activity.
Do we call this one that you also end government, because we had NSAS?
What you are calling upon, I hope these guys are. I hope they are also not political. That group is not already politicized.
That is the issue. If it were to be sometimes ago, this thing will work faster. Nobody will even beg NAS not to go on the street.
Let's talk Oyo State politics. Bayo Adelabo has declared. Testim Falarin has declared. In the PDP, there are rumors of defection. What is happening in Oyo State? I hope you also touch on the rascality of our politicians. Yesterday, some roads were blocked. A particular road around here was blocked because some people were declaring. This should stop.
I think it's quite unfortunate, especially these houses. We have the secretariat of the two dominant parties along this route. That you are declaring politics is your own business. It's your own marketplace. It's your own office. You should not use your own means of livelihood or your own means of business to disrupt others. A lot of people could not do business on this assets yesterday, and it is quite unfortunate. There is nothing wrong with declaration, but I keep saying the other time a very laudable project was commissioned. The whole area was shut down. People could not move, and that is the project built for the good and the progress of the people. And the people you have built that facility for, you have to shut them down for almost that day. It shouldn't be so. This is a dual carriageway. Take one, leave one for the people. Deploy security men. Let there be free flow of vehicular movement. Business activities should go on.
Why can't declarations and all of that be taken to like the stadium?
The stadium
we have there.
Or even make it on the weekend, maybe Saturdays, when the information must have come and people will reschedule.
I think it's very wrong for people to obstruct.
Of course, roads. You are not supposed to block major road, all in the name of political declaration
so far,
or political activity. So far,
Osinbajo's declaration was online. There was no obstruction and all that, and that's a sign.
Even the online declaration of Osinbajo, some people still have to criticize that. They say, what manner of declaration is that? In politics, until you have to inconvenience the people, until you want to snuff life out of the people, some people feel that they can't communicate. So what happened at this assembly yesterday, it was condemnable. And let me also draw the attention of the people. This might continue, because this is the era of political activity. Having two secretariats of the party along this route, the two dominant political parties in Oyo State, that is going to cause a lot of issue for people, especially those that are running businesses on this particular route. Then on the issue of declaration, of course, it is within their purview. Adelabu ran in 2019. Now he's coming back again. He wants to run. Tesla want to also run. Let's see how it goes. Of course, they will test their popularity. But from the look of things, if free and fair primary is conducted, anything can happen. But the way things stand now, I think a faction is having a kind of upper hand.
Who is having the upper hand?
Well, we know the person that is having the upper hand, the Abuja connection and what have you. But let's see how it goes. Then on the part of the PDP, a lot of people want to pull out of the PDP. I hope the governor will be able to manage the crisis, because what I see, the handwriting I see on the wall is like the 2023.
There's this rumor of his deputy also.
Yes, his deputy has long been alienated within the PDP. He has things have not really been fair with his deputy in office. He has just been there just for the fun of it. But let's see how it goes. It's a matter of time. But I see the 2023 election as a kind of walkover for Seyi Makinde.
So you're saying Bayo Adelabu and Tessie cannot in any way stop his ambition, his second-term ambition?
It is him that will determine that. The number of political enemy he creates for himself. That is what I'm saying. He has to be very, very careful. In as much as the coast might be clear for him to get a second term in office, he had to manage it properly, because the current office he owed, he did not emerge as the winner based on his own effort. Without that alliance, he wouldn't have been able to emerge the governor of Oyo State. And if you look at the performance in that election, you will still give it to Bayo Adelabu, because single-handedly the number of votes he cast, if not for the alliance, he would have won clearly.
Just before we take our next break, yesterday Barrister Shitu said Seyi Lokan, and it's online, it's everywhere. Maybe he meant to say Tessie Lokan.
Maybe he wanted to say Tessie, and because he was right there with Tessie, maybe he wanted to say Tessie. He said Seyi. Yeah. Let's see how let's see how it goes. Something like that also happened in 2019 of course, with the president, when the president wanted to talk about a particular candidate and he talked about
Chocolates with Vita-Rich plus iron.
Glo fún mi ní káàdì pé ológun ẹgbẹ̀rún náírà 20,000 lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Ṣáà ti so nọ́mbà ìdánimọ̀ rẹ NIN pọ̀ mọ́ òpó ìpè Glo rẹ nípa títẹ *109#. Ó simple gan ni. Bónọ́ọ̀sì yìí tó káàdì pé ológun ẹgbẹ̀rún náírà 20,000. Ó sì wà fún àwọn oníbàárà tuntun àti àwọn oníbàárà wa tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀.
Glo Unlimited.
Ẹ jẹ́ n sọ fún yín pa Zainabu bọ́ba ti jí láàárọ̀ yóò kọ́ jẹun tó dáa, yóò wá gbé pabambarì lé lórí Didion syrup of hemoglobin vitamin B12. Ara ti mókùnù, ọpọlọ ti jí pépé, iṣẹ́ yá.
Lẹ́ òjò.
Káàárọ̀ Zainab, ìdí nù ti fi máa pegedé lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ rẹ̀.
Jọ̀ọ́ bá náwó mú wéhùn.
Àti pàápàá ń bi eré. Didion syrup of hemoglobin ní èròjà vitamin B12 nínú tí yóò mú kọ́pọlọ àtara rẹ̀ ó jí pépé ní ìgbáradì fún àṣeyọrí tí ọ̀lẹ́gbẹ́ ń gbà gbogbo. Mu ṣíbí méjì Didion péré lójoojúmọ́ pẹ̀lú ṣíbí lásán tàbí kó pòpọ̀ pẹ̀lú ohun mímu ẹlẹ́rìndòdò tó bá fẹ́ràn. Ọ̀yá gbéra ńlẹ̀ bí akọni pẹ̀lú Didion.
To be healthy, strong and active, I say. Take Didion.
Didion syrup of hemoglobin vitamin B12. Agbára tí ń roni lágbára. Ẹ kàwé pélébé inú rẹ̀.
Angels Market ìròyìn ayọ̀rẹ́ fún gbogbo ará àgbègbè Aṣí Bódìjà Àkóbọ̀ Ìdí Àpẹ́ títí dé Ìwó Road pàápàá jùlọ Báṣọ̀run pé ilé ìtajà Angels Market nìkan lẹ́tí lè rí Indomie noodles Golden spaghetti òróró king pẹ̀lú ẹ̀dínwó jọjọ sí iye tẹ́ ẹ rà á lágbèni gbogbo ẹ̀yin alára tútà pátápátá nínú ọjà ńláńlá aláràjẹ àti olókoòwò kéékèèké ẹ má wulẹ̀ ṣòpò láti máa dààmú kiri mọ́ ẹ wá kó ọjà yín ní ọ̀pọ̀ kú ọ̀yọ̀kú nílé ìtajà Angels Market kẹ́ẹ̀sì ṣòwò kẹ́ẹ̀jèrè gbogbo ohun tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ló wà lọ́dọ̀ wọn lápòlápò tàbí ní páálí.
ẹ gbọ́ o gbogbo ohun tí ẹ bá rà ní Angels Market ló wẹ̀ ò gajara lọ.
ilé ìtajà Angels Market wà ní àdójúkọ Islamic High School Báṣọ̀run Ìbàdàn ẹ̀rọ ọ̀báraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ni 08033283574 lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí 08033283574 Angels Market gbogbo ohun tí ẹ fẹ́ ló wà lọ́dọ̀ wọn lẹ́dínwó.
Have you heard? There's a seasoning for every meal. On the seasoning is full of flavor. Delicious, tasty. Mama's happy, no. My hunger.
stronger. Mama's helping hand.
When you think of fruit juice and all the goodness that comes in it, think Chivita. It is many years of trust, quality, and all the goodness of fruit poured into one lovely pack with no artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives, specially made for you. And there is more to choose from. Whatever your preferences are, there is a Chivita for you. There is a Chivita for everyone. So, what's your Chivita?
32 FM 94.9.
Welcome back from the commercial break. 32 FM 94.9. The lines are open. Or let me say one of the lines are open this morning. 009 7000 949. 0809 7000 949. Let's take some messages here.
Sulaiman Sharif on Facebook. Good morning, 32 FM crew. My candid advice to those students who protest about ongoing ASU strike, they should try to recollect vividly that the present administration led by APC federal government disliked freedom of speech. The Lekki massacre was there. Those protesters were shot and killed by our military men. Since then, we are yet to get to the root of the matter. May God heal our land and rescue us from APC and so on and so forth. Well, I'll try to recoin that message there.
All right, good morning. ASU gave weeks of warning strike in which the government neglected and faced money that are brought into their party, 100 million. I pity our kids' education with the government are running. With the government we are running. God bless Nigeria. Otumbayo Adenriola, we got your message. Thank you. Good morning to everyone in the studio. About the electoral bill amendment by lawmakers, I think this is the House abuse of power and unnecessary. The lawmakers are doing everything possible to favor the political appointees to remain in their various posts till after primary election. This is never done. There is no way someone eats his cake at the same time have it. May God bless Nigeria. Raji Raja, we got a message.
Miriam Afolabi, Nigeria of today does not give room for freedom of speech. The students on protest should lay low and save their life. They shouldn't forget the NSAS saga, Lekki massacre, and other peace protests that the government turned to killings of Nigerian citizens. With or without the protest, the federal government and ASU will still do whatever benefits them. We all know this present administration under APC does not give room for the masses' voice to be heard. Miriam Hussein also on Facebook, tenure extension to curb what they couldn't curb in 7 years. This is another drama of APC government to map out their incompetence. The Constitution says when a particular administration cannot perform their duties, they should resign from the seat.
0809 7000 949 0705 5000 949. According to the federal government, the damaged Abuja Kaduna train route has been repaired. I propose that the train's first passengers be government officials who will be subjected to the route's specific security procedures. They will use helicopter, Austin, as security patrol.
Yes, they will use helicopter and security patrol. That's the reason why they don't want the aviation sector to to go on strike, because it will mean so much to them.
Well, on Facebook also, Diabinio wrote this. The energy you put, referring to us now, the crew, in condemning Tinubu is strange. Austin, please be fair with Tinubu for once. You are doing everything possible to bring him down.
He also said we are not talking about Atiku presidential campaign.
Yes, we have said that when you listen to this program, listen with open mind, listen very well. Some people will even condemn us that we do a kind of PR for Tinubu this morning, and somebody is saying that we condemn Tinubu. Of course, we didn't condemn Tinubu. It's only that your mind is made because of sentiment. We only talked about the qualification of Tinubu, and we reel out his credential, the reason why he can become and is best qualified for the office of Nigerian president.
All right, Austin, away from that now, is there any oil issues again looming? Are we having any scarcity looming? Abuja was hit, and now I heard Okada riders in Ibadan saying April 2
Yes, so there is crisis. Abuja is black market is almost everywhere in Abuja now. We have long queues at filling station. The federal government or the NPC has come out to say that it is because of low load, because of the public holiday they couldn't load sufficiently. That's the reason why.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Samesha is on the line from Manara. To the analyst over there, I want to react to about the state policy. as you all know that politics is dynamic, and the electioneering is now by aspirants. They need to come out and tell us what they want to offer the good people for your state. Before we can decide what will happen in the state, maybe we should wait till June, because those politicians, the idea is the period for them now for transfer windows to move from one state to another. But my candid advice for them is that they should ensure from politics of bitterness. They should tell us their selling point instead of attacking each other because of politics of economy. So what happened on that day, like yesterday, what you mentioned, that the blunder what the barrister mentioned, that's the Ilokon. That means the voice of God is the voice of the people. That's now what I share with you.
Thank you. Okay. Austin.
Yes, for those that are declaring, like we said, the caller said they should eschew politics of bitterness. I think that is very correct. There's no need to bring anybody down. Just tell us your capacity, what you can do for the people. You don't need to run down others. Let politicians also be aware that the campaign window has not been open. So they must be very careful. This is the time to sell your candidacy to your party members, not to Nigerians yet. So let them be very careful. Do everything within the confines of the law. Let the most credible, the most popular emerge from among the people.
All right, 009 7000 949. Let's take one or two more calls before we leave. 009 7000 949 0705 5000 949. DELE.
Yes, I hope that there won't be any fuel issues at this time.
Let's hope so. Marketers are also talking about bridge fund for logistics and what have you, that the federal government is owing them about 500 billion. So if that is anything to go by, I think they need to pay. It's going to be too perennial for us to have fuel scarcity within 4 months. We're having two.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Hello. Oh, the line dropped. Well, gentlemen.
Yes, so the federal government should do the needful. Wherever the fault is coming from, let them sort it out. NNPC has said that they have over 4.3 billion litre of PMS that can serve for 43 days. That can serve for 43 days. They have that in reserve. Not just having it in reserve. Distribute effectively and ensure that it gets to places. Because what we passed through in January, February, I don't think Nigerians are ready. We have not even recovered from that. So they should do the needful.
All right. Just before we leave, we'll talk about Bob Marley once again. And I know a lot of political minds always refer to Bob Marley as their hero and all that. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery and all that and all that. But we are not actually living we are still living in perpetual slavery, especially in this country.
Yes. Wherein the politician want to gain power to oppress the people.
Where the politician will block the road because he wants to
that is
declare.
Slavery. You are enslaving the people in a way. I think it's about 41 years now. 1981.
81, yeah.
Yes, May 11.
All right. On that note, we say thank you for being a part of the program today. We'll leave you in the hands of Bob Marley. Something. Could you be loved? And have a great Wednesday.
Thank you so much for your time with us. Thank you, Austin, for coming. My name is DELE Adeyanju.